I welcome you to another class, the section 2 of this particular course, International Human Resource Management. My name is Mr. Zuka. So we'll continue from where we stopped, titled International Performance Management. Let's look at the performance management as the course subtitle. So performance management system usually includes measures of both behavior. When we talk about behavior, we talk about what an employee does. That's in terms of attitude to work and results. So we are looking at both behavior and results. Result is the outcome of the employee's attitude. So performance is about behavior or what employee do, and not about the employee products or produce or the outcome of their work. So we are looking at behaviors. So performance management comprises of two characters: behavior and results. When you lack behavior, you cannot produce results. So your result is the outcome of your behavior. Now, there are approaches to measure performance. What are those approaches? You keep in mind that employees do not perform in a vacuum. They work in an organizational context, engaging in certain behaviors that produce certain results. So the three approaches can be used to measure performance. Number one is behavior, result, and threat. So behavior approach emphasizes what employees do on the job and does not consider employees' threat or outcome resulting from their behavior. So your outcome of the behavior approach is most appropriate to be considered under the following circumstances. The link between behaviors and results is not obvious. The outcomes occur in the distant future. So poor results are due to causes beyond the performance control. So we talk about number two, result approach. Result approach emphasizes on the outcome and result produces by the employees. So it does not consider the threat that employee may possess or how employee do the work. This is the bottom line approach, not concerned about employees' behavior or process. Instead, focuses on what they produce. Focuses on what is produced. So it is also cost-effective data resulting from result approach, objective and quantitatively appealing. So result approach could be workers are skilled in needed behavior. Behaviors and results are obviously related. And we'll talk about the results show consistent improvement over time. And there are many to do the job right. So threat approach emphasizes on individual performance. So there are approaches to employee performance. Employee performance evaluation is the key factor to inspire your employees, improve the quality of the work, keep them motivated. So it is not only the best channel to understand how your employee are performing. So, but also a compelling measures to keep feedback about your business, how it's operating. So when you talk about performance employees' performance evaluation is a process of be beneficial to the organization. So this process include peer review, self-evaluation, quantitative evaluation, 360-degree feedback, competency on the scale, and so on and so forth. So when we talk about employee performance, we talk about how good they are in their work and self-evaluation, ability to help make an appraisal process more efficient. So when work is done properly, their behavior is being processed. Now, when we talk about quantitative analysis, we talk about statistical, and so on and so forth. So competency on the scale matters a whole lot when it comes to employees. We try as much as possible to know how competent they are in their doings. So performance appraisal or performance evaluation is a method of evaluating the behavior of employee at work. Evaluating the behavior of the employee at work, normally including both quantitative and qualitative aspects of job performance. So performance here refers to the degree of accomplishment of a task that make up an individual job. An individual job. So what is performance appraisal? Performance appraisal is the systematic, periodic, and impartial rating of the employee's excellence in matters pertaining to his present job and his potential for a better job. So according to Cummins, the overall objective of performance appraisal is to improve the efficiency of an enterprise by attempting to mobilize the best possible effort from individual down to employees on it. So number three is under definition is performance appraisal reviews its normal systematic assessment of how employees are performing their jobs in relation to established standard and the communication of that assessment to employees. So according to Daleyede, performance appraisal includes all formal procedures used to evaluate personalities and contributions and potentials of group members in a working organization. So it is a continuous process to secure information necessary for making correct and an objective decision and employees. So performance appraisal is a systematic evaluation of employee performance at work. Performance appraisal is a process of evaluating an employee's performance on a job in terms of its requirements. So performance appraisal is a formal program in an organization which is concerned with and only the contributions of the members who form part of the organization, and so on and so forth. So there are characteristics of performance appraisal. What are those characteristics? Number one, a process. Performance appraisal is not a one-act play. It is rather a process that involves several acts and steps. So number two is systematic assessment characteristics. Systematic assessment. Systematic assessment of employee strengths and weakness in the contents of the given job. So we'll talk about the main objective. The main objective of it is to know how well an employee is going for the organization and what needs to be improved in him. So scientific employee evaluation, it is an objective, unbiased, and scientific evaluation through similar words, measures, and procedures for all employees in a formal manner. So periodic evaluation, information appraisal tend to take in a unscheduled manner. So it's something that is periodical. It is systematical. It is scientific. It is a what? It is a process and a continuous procedures. It's a continuous procedures. It's not something that has to do with just once. No, it's a continual thing, and after that you get employee feedback. So employee feedback provides information to employees on how well they are doing their jobs. And this feedback is to provide to them when it is relevant. So performance appraisal is also called employee rating, employee what? Rating and service rating. So performance appraisal, it can also be called merit what? Rating, which are used simultaneously. So you have to understand that. What's the purpose of performance appraisal? The purpose of that is one, appraisal procedures. So it provides a common and unified measures of performance appraisal so that all employees are evaluated in the same manner. It gives an indiscriminatory rating of all the employees. Number two, purpose is for decision making. Performance appraisal of the employees is extremely useful in decision making process of the organization, in selection, in training, in promotion, in pay increment, in transfer. In performance appraisal is very useful to know whom to transfer and whom not to transfer. So work performance method, performance appraisal gives us a complete information in the form of record regarding every employees. So employees record development, performance appraisal guides an employee in removing their defeats and improving their works. Enables supervisor to be more alert and competent. Merit rating, improve employee and improve what? Improve employee relation. Those are the purposes. Employee relation. There must be a good relationship between the employees, to avoid bring envy, being jealous about each other. There must what is called employee relation. So in terms of employee relation, nobody envy each other. Everybody's at work doing his own thing. Nobody's looking down on anybody. Nobody's talking down on anybody. Everybody is active, doing their job, doing their work effectively. What are the uses of performance appraisal? Performance appraisal helps the employees in self-improvement. What's effort? Self-improvement and self-development. It helps what? Employee in self-improvement and self-development. Number two, it helps the management in taking decision about placement, about promotion, about transfer, training, and development. Number three, it helps to achieve individual and organizational goal. It is useful to employee and organization. Therefore, employees appraisal should be conducted objectively from time to time. So the employee should not oppose it. They should see that the employee performance as systematic, fair, and impartial. So it should not be for punishing any employee. It should be for improving the employees and their performance. Yes, as we said, it helps in deciding promotion. It helps in personal action. It helps in wage and salary administration. That is what a performance appraiser can do. It helps in wage and salary administration. It helps in training and development. It helps in personal research. It helps in personnel research. It helps in self-evaluation, helps in creating healthy competition, very healthy competition. Performance appraiser bring out the deficiencies and shortcomings of the employees. So discussion between rather and rate may be conducted in a spirit of cooperations and mutual understanding. So this gives an opportunity to the employer to have an insight on their performance and to take corrective measures to improve upon their performance. It has to do in corrections. It has to do to improve into upon their performances. So there are limitations that brings about performance appraisal. What are those limitations? The limitations of performance appraisal include time consuming. Limitations are those things that looks like barrier, constraint, or challenges that hinders you from not getting a good performance appraisal. So we are looking at time consuming, we are looking at lack of reliability, we are looking at incompetency, we are looking at no uniform standard, absence of effective participation of employees. We are looking at resistance of employee in appraisal, paperwork, fear of spoiling relation, and stereotyping, negative approach, multitude, objective, resistance, halo effect, individual differences, unconfirmed. So the essential of effective performance appraisal, these are the following essential effective performance appraisal. So for performance appraisal to be more effective and essential, these are the following. Number one is mutual trust. Mutual trust. Thank you. So mutual printing, we have the clear objectives, clear objectives, standardization, training, job relatedness, strengths and effective performance appraisal. Number one is mutual trust. Clear objectives must be clear. And number three is standardization. That should be standard in what you're doing, training, job relatedness. And number six is strengths and weaknesses. Seven is feedback participation. Number eight is individual differences. Number nine is post-appraisal individual. Number 10 is review and appeal. So there are steps in appraising performance. What are the steps? Number one is establishing performance standard. Number two is communicating performance expectation. to employees. Number three is measuring actual performance. Measuring actual performance. Number four is comparing actual performance and start with standard. Number five is discussing the appraisal with the employee. Number six is initiating corrective actions, and so on and so forth. We come to the end of this class. I guess you have understood one or two things about this course. So it has to do with global international human resource management. So it's not far from different. No, it's not far different from the normal human resource management that you know, but we are talking about international requirements of human resource management. Thank you very much for your time, for this wonderful period you have given to me. My name is Mr. Zuka. See you at the top. Take care.